We're recording you now. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, January the 26th, and this is the first day of the spring 2021 semester. The class is Weather and Climate, Geography 3500. And I am open at the course landing page in eLearn. And so how today I'm just going to talk very briefly about the syllabus, and then we'll jump right into the first assignment. Okay, the first assignment. So this is the course landing page. This course is taught in asynchronous format. We will have live meetings. Today, we'll have another live activity on Saturday, and I'll talk about that later. But it is not necessary. It's good that you attend the live sessions because you'll get the information first, and have more time to complete the assignments. However, the course is designed so that you can watch these recordings when it is most convenient for you. Um, okay, so just a few nuts and bolts, housekeeping things. When you visit the course landing page, and I would advise you to do this pretty frequently, um, because as you all know, in today's environment, anything can change at any time, unexpectedly, during these times. So it's best to keep up and stay abreast of what's happening in the course by checking in every day. This calendar could change at any time. So the first thing you should do is take a look at the syllabus. I'm just going to briefly peruse the syllabus. I'll probably go over it in a lot more detail on Thursday after you've had a chance to read it. Um, but there are some pertinent elements on the syllabus, and so I'll go over them right now. So here's the course syllabus. Again, my name is Dr. David A. Padgett. The course is Weather and Climate, Geography 3500. There is also an honors section 3012 attached to this class, just so that you'll know. My office hours, that might not be relevant this semester. We will be meeting virtually throughout the semester. There might be some opportunities for us to meet on the main campus to do some things outside, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. One thing that's very important is that phone number, 615-258-3657. That's my TSU line. You're free to call that as often as possible. And I really encourage you to do so. Do not hesitate to call or text. Uh, doesn't matter what time of day it is, weekends, it doesn't matter. Please reach out. We're not able to meet face to face, and so it's very important that we remain connected in one way, shape, or form. And so that number in red is for you. Call, text. Doesn't I mean that. It doesn't matter what time of day you need help. Reach out. I also have a couple of email addresses that you can where you can contact me if need be. Course description, well, we're going to be studying the atmosphere and the um, physical properties of the atmosphere, but we're also going to be looking at some of the social and political issues associated with atmospheric science, including climate justice and environmental justice. And we might even look at the relationship between urban heat and urban redlining. There is a relationship between those two, uh, believe it or not. And so we're going to look at a number of factors, including the the political realm of global climate change and how it affects uh, policies in different countries around the world. Um, so here are the learning objectives. You can read those. The text, there's not a required text for this class. You're not going to have to buy a textbook. You'll get reading materials throughout the course. Okay, major course requirements. This is how you'll be evaluated, graded, so on and so forth. Uh, you'll complete some American Meteorological Society online climate investigations. You'll get those throughout the course at some point. Uh, article reviews on weather and climate. I'll give you instructions for those. We're not going to start on those right away. We'll let people get into the class and get settled. Maybe the second, maybe third week of class, we'll start doing article reviews each week. I will give you instructions on how to do those. The format is here, but you can review it, but I might talk about that in more detail on Thursday or maybe even next Tuesday or next week. You'll have a term paper, hometown climate comparison group term paper. And so there's the breakdown. You'll do this as a group, and I will walk you through various portions of it. So that will be a group project. Now, if you happen to be a pre-service teacher, future teacher, you will have the option of doing an applied urban research globe term paper instead of the group climate comparison term paper. So we will talk about that if we have anyone in here who is planning on teaching. Attendance, of course, this is an asynchronous course. And so attendance is basically judged or evaluated based upon your participation. So again, call, email, ask questions, make yourself present. It doesn't matter how often you call me. That will not bother me at all. If you call me, text me, email me absolutely every day. Some of you have already started texting and emailing me. That's fine. Keep it up. If you have a question, contact me. I'll try to get right back to you. What I don't want you to do is sit on your question or scratch your head or just basically say nothing to me until, say, April. And then you're asking me, oh, Dr. Padgett, how can I pass this class? What do I need to do? It's too late then. Ask now, ask early, ask often. Like I said, some of you have already started to get in touch with me, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, writing assignments and projects, you'll get your first one today. It'll be due Friday, and then there will be 2 exams. And this is a service learning course, and so one of the things that we're going to be doing this semester is an outreach project with middle and high school students, specifically middle and high school students in Detroit who are participating in a weather and climate learning program. And so you will kind of be role models for them, hopefully, as they engage with atmospheric science at the same time that you are engaging with atmospheric science. Again, so your grading will be based upon your article reviews, your group term paper or globe paper, AMS online exercises, essays and writing assignments. There will be a midterm exam and a final exam. Because of the unpredictability of today's teaching and learning climate, you will not get the dates for those exams today, but you will be given a 2 weeks warning prior to any exams. So you don't have to worry about not knowing or being surprised with any exams. The exam format will be some form of multiple choice, and you will get the exam and download it and have a certain amount of time to complete it. and then upload it back to the Dropbox. I've already mentioned class participation. That's basically uh, how much I decide or believe or uh, see that you are participating in the class. Okay, so that's it for the course syllabus. Read it over. I'll talk about it in more detail on Thursday, but we need to jump right into our assignment for this week. It's your first assignment. And so again, if you go back to the course webpage, um, here it is, assignment 1, outdoor weather observations exercise, which is due on January the 30th at 9 o'clock a.m., which is Saturday. My advice is for you to get started on this as soon as possible. So let's go to the week 1 schedule just to give you an idea of what's happening. Uh, so this week, we will have an introduction to the course syllabus, major course requirements, course rules. So that's what I just did a few minutes ago. If you have any questions about anything on the syllabus, please get in touch with me. We don't meet face to face. This is asynchronous and it's virtual. So it is really imperative that you stay in contact with me because, that's just the format that we're in right now. This is an asynchronous format, so it really doesn't matter when you watch this video. Just watch it as soon as possible. Check in. I will post a copy of the video here. I will email the link to you as soon as possible after class. Um, After you watch it, if you have any questions, and I'm sure you will, please get in touch with me as soon as possible if you have questions. Again, this first assignment is due on January the 30th, Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning. Uh, Hopefully, you will have at least done the assignment by then so that on Saturday morning, we will be engaging with some Detroit area middle and high school students who are doing a learning activity very similar to the one that you're doing this week. And so uh, I just want you to engage with the students and ask some questions and be present. And so that will be essentially a part of your grade on some levels. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into the assignment now. Listen carefully. There are many parts of this assignment, but what will happen is this assignment will get you right into collecting weather data and atmospheric data. And so that'll get us right into some resources and methods for collecting data. And so here's the assignment here. And I'm going to attempt to walk you through it. Okay, so this is an outdoor weather data collection exercise. So this is a weather and climate course. The weather is outdoors. And so an atmosphere is outdoors. So get used to being outdoors in this class. So that's what's going to happen. Okay, so there are a few things that you're going to have to do before going outside. Like I said, it's best that you start on this exercise as early as possible. Do not procrastinate. This is not something that you're going to knock out in 15 or 20 minutes. This is going to take some time. Okay. So you're going to have to do some prep. First, you're going to have to add an app. This is a free app to your mobile device. And so that app is called the Globe Observer app. You and you just, and this is what it looks like. Uh, Try to get it as soon as possible. So that's before going outside. Uh, so one of the things that you're going to do is observe clouds. Okay, you're going to observe clouds. And so you're going to need, here are the instructions for using the globe observer to make cloud observations. Kind of scan that, look it over, maybe do a little test run before you do your actual cloud observation. On the day that you do your cloud observation, you're going to have to do everything in one setting. You're not going to do one thing one day and then come back and do the next thing, because we want to have the atmospheric conditions be the same during the time that you're outside. Shouldn't take any more than an hour. Okay. If you prepare correctly, you shouldn't take you any more than an hour. Okay, you have a globe cloud chart that you're going to be using to help you. So I have the globe cloud chart in a couple of formats here. I have it in a PDF, but you might want to use these JPEGs because what you can do is, while you're outside, if you can't print out the globe cloud identification chart, perhaps you can um, pull it onto your mobile device. And if you don't know how to do that, I just ask questions. You know, anything that you have questions about, ask. Okay, so you can put this cloud chart on onto your mobile device like that, and then when you're outside, you can do the cloud observations with the in a JPEG format. And so all you'll do is, so that's the first part of the cloud observation chart. It has 2 pages. And you'll also need the globe cloud observation sheet. So before I go any further, just let me explain to you what GLOBE is. GLOBE stands for Global Learning and Observations that Benefit the Environment. It's an acronym. GLOBE is a federally funded, mostly funded by NASA. It's a federally funded program to improve science education at the K through 12 level. And so there are a series of protocols that are used to gather atmospheric data. And so you'll have to complete this chart. Again, you can either download this as a JPEG, or you can print it out and take it outside. And while you're outside, you'll fill in all of these, you know, your name, the date, the time, very important. Don't worry about the universal time right now. Just get your local time. The study site, it could be a park near where you are. It could be your backyard, wherever you want to get the data. That's the study site. What is in your sky? Uh, is the sky obscured? Here are some of the things. Is it foggy? Is there smoke, sand? Chances are you're not going to have any of this going on. I don't know why you would go out in the heavy rain, but chances are you won't have anything in the sky that is obscuring it. Sky color. So on the the cloud chart, the second page has various cloud colors, excuse me, sky colors. And you can compare what you're observing to the sky colors here. Is it deep blue? Is it blue? Is it light blue? Is it pale blue? Is it milky blue? And then in your answer sheet, just check that off. deep blue, so on and so forth. Visibility, is it clear, unusually clear, so on and so forth. That's also on this chart. Um, and then you just keep going. Now it's time to look for and identify clouds. And so the various cloud types are on the cloud chart on the first page. And we're not asking that you be an expert in a cloud identification yet, but just look up in the sky, see if anything that you see looks like this or close to these um, clouds. And if you see one or two or three different cloud types, then you can make note of them. So you have high level clouds, which are your cirrus clouds. Uh, if you see a few, if it's only 10% of the sky, then it's a few. If it's completely overcast with cirrus clouds, that's greater than 90%, so on and so forth. Mid-level clouds are alto cumulus and stratocumulus, altostratus and altocumulus, excuse me. And again, just look in the sky. You know, you're gonna just make the observation. We'll talk about it later. I mean, like I said, don't try to be an expert at this point. You're not going to be. We just want you to attempt to make the observation. Um, and then low level clouds are either fog, stratus cumulus, stratocumulus, and so on and so forth. Stratus clouds are, as you can see, they're more like the flat clouds, the layered clouds. The cumulus cloud form are more puffy clouds, like mashed potatoes. And we'll talk about how different cloud forms tell us something about the weather uh, later on. Right now, I just want you to make the observation. What percentage, so on and so forth. Um, so what's the surface condition? Is it snow and ice? Yes or no? Is there standing water? Yes or no? Is it muddy? Yes or no? Dry ground. Chances are this is what you're going to have is dry ground. Yes. Leaves on trees. Yes or no? Is it raining or snowing? Yes or no? Now, the temperature in degrees Celsius, you can either get that from your National Weather Service site, or if you have the Weather Channel app on your phone, you might have to convert that to degrees Celsius. You can probably get the barometric pressure in millibars and relative humidity from that also, if that's available to you. So again, so that is just, I just wanted to show you that. Um, just so that you will have that ready to go before you go outside. Um, oh, in order to get the temperature, you will need to find the link to the closest weather underground weather station. And so you can just go to the Weather Underground site. This is a really neat site. So I'm going to type in, whoops, I'm going to go to the Weather Underground site here. And very simple, just the easiest thing to do is just to type in I'm going to type in 37207 and hit Nashville 37207. And what this will give you is the closest weather station to your house. And that's how you can get the current temperature. Now you have to get the current temperature on the day that you go outside, okay? Not before you go outside, okay? But this is just showing you where to get this data. Once you get the link to the weather station closest to your home, you can then right click, copy, and then just paste that link right into where it says link to weather station nearest you. And then there you go. Okay. Simple as that. Okay, next you'll want to get the National Weather Service weather station nearest you. So same thing. Now this weather station is not the same as the one closest to you. The one closest to you is perhaps some private citizen who has a weather station. It might be a school. Tennessee State University normally has a weather station. But this weather station is your National Weather Service. This is the official government weather station. This is the weather station that your local meteorologist uses for forecasts. So let's see, 37207. Chances are this is going to be the metro, this is going to be the airport. So in this case, it's the John C. Toon Airport. This is an official weather station. And so you can use this weather station to get the official, there's the humidity, there's the temperature, they you can give it to you in degrees Celsius here. And so you would take this link and paste that right in this space here. Okay. Okay, now after you have all this prep data, you've got your Globe Observer app on your phone. You have your cloud charts either on your phone or printed out. Oh, one last thing. You should also get this, either the Where I Am app or the Where Am I At app. This is one choice you can. So the Where I Am app is just simple app that when you go outside, it gives you your latitude and longitude, just like that. Okay, that's the uh, Where I Am app. Just boom, just gives you latitude, longitude, nice big font, exactly where you are. You can either use that app. If you have a problem getting that app, you can also use Google Maps to get your latitude and longitude, as it says there. So I'll show you how to do that. If you go here and then go to Google and then go to Maps. And then if you type in the address of your, wherever it is you're going to be collecting your sample, your data. Okay, so there's TSU's campus. Then you can navigate around to wherever it is. Let's say you're in Hale Hall, or maybe you're not. Who knows where you are? If you happen to be on campus. So let's say you're going to go outside of the library and take your samples. So if you click one time there and do a teardrop, notice up will pop the latitude and longitude. Do not use this minutes, degrees, seconds, latitude, longitude. Use the decimal degrees. So this one looks like this. Your latitude, which is the arc angle distance north and south of the equator. And then, so that's your latitude. And then you'll just take that. Like I said, if you have to use Google Maps, and just pop that in. And then your longitude, we're in the Western Hemisphere, so that's going to be a negative number. So that's not an error, that's a negative number. Just take that longitude number, that's the distance, arc angle distance east and west of the prime meridian. Boom, now you have your latitude and longitude. You can either get it this way, or you can use the app. And so the latitude and longitude is the latitude and longitude at your sample site. It's very important that we get that. Okay, so presumably either way you're going to be outside. I just showed you how to make a clouds observation using the atmosphere investigation 1-day data sheet. After you complete the data sheet, which you'll find again here, it's either in PDF, also it's either in PDF here. You can print it out and complete it, or you can, one way or the other, you can either take a picture of it and upload it to the Dropbox. Well, yeah, I guess that's the best way to do it. And so that's right here in the instructions. After you complete that sheet, either scan it or take a clear photo of it and then upload it to the Dropbox. Also, email the completed data sheet to this email address, or you can text it to me. But I really want, what you have to upload it to the Dropbox also. So you'll first do a clouds observation using the your naked eye and these charts. The next thing you're going to do is make a cloud observation using the Globe Observer app. Okay, so you'll go onto the app after you have it on your mobile device. Then you'll go to clouds and you'll just read the instructions. Go to new cloud observation. And then enter your information and then just follow the instructions. If at any point in time you have an issue making this cloud observation, please, you can call me. We can even FaceTime if you have an iPhone, or I have WhatsApp, I have Google Hangouts. Just get in touch with me one way or another. Even if you're outside doing your observation and you get stuck, you get into a jam, just let me know. You might get stuck a little bit. It's not really easy to do at first, but you will get the hang of it. Now, when you do this cloud observation, two things are going to happen when you complete it. One of the things that's going to happen is your data are going to go to the Globe Program Visualization System. And so this is the Globe Program website. And so here's the Globe Visualization System. And so when you use the app, even if you're not a school teacher, you can use this app. So here we have atmosphere, clouds, and then we have cloud cover, all cloud types, submit, and then notice that up pops. These are the cloud observations that have been made today by Globe students all over the country. So here's Columbus, Ohio, and someone made a cloud observation today using the Globe Observer app, as you can see, and it was overcast, stratocumulus, so on and so forth. And so your observation will show up on this map after you make it. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. The second thing that's going to happen is a couple of days after you make your observation, or perhaps within 48 to 72 hours, you'll receive a NASA cloud observation and satellite match, which is, here's one here. And so this is really neat because what it does is it gives you a comparison between what you saw. So over here in the green, this is what a student saw. There's a latitude, longitude, there's a time. Here are the various cloud types that the student saw, and then you have to take the pictures. You'll notice, and then it'll be compared with what a NASA satellite saw at around the same time and same location. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that the students clearly saw clouds, all kinds of clouds, not many clouds, but did see clouds. The satellite saw no clouds. So, what this tells us is that it is still important for human beings to be involved in data collection. We have so much technology now. We have satellites, we have this, that, and the other, mobile devices, apps, and more apps. But we still need human beings to go out and collect data because these machines, this technology can't see everything that we can with our naked eyes. And this is a very good example of that. Another example that we'll learn about later is with radar. You know that whenever there's a storm, especially a tornado watch, uh, we are glued to the set, or we're glued to our mobile devices, looking at the weather radar to see whether or not we are going to be in the line of a tornado or other uh, severe weather. However, radar is only accurate on the ground right next to the radar station. Radar beams leave the radar station and go higher and higher in the air as they get farther and farther away from the radar station. And so once we get about 10 miles away from a radar station, we're not looking at what's on the ground anymore. But tornadoes, as we all know, the definition of a tornado is a funnel cloud that is on the ground. And a a radar cannot necessarily see that. Or we still need storm spotters to see tornadoes on the ground in most cases. Before the end of this course, you will have the opportunity to become a National Weather Service storm spotter. I said storm spotter, not storm chaser. Those are two different things. A storm spotter is a person who is trained, which you will be, and then if and when a uh, severe weather event occurs, you will go outside and be able to phone in or otherwise contact your local National Weather Service and report that you've seen a tornado or hail or high winds, damaging winds, so on and so forth. And then you will call that in the National Weather Service, and they will in turn report that to your local television station and radio station, so on and so forth. And so you will have the opportunity to do that. So, yes, we still need human beings. Even with all this technology, we still need human beings to engage in this type of scientific inquiry. So, a couple of days after you knew your observation, a this satellite match email will be sent to your the email address you use to set up your Globe Observer app. So be sure that's an email address that you know the password for, so that this thing doesn't go off into Never Never Land. Also, check your junk mail, your trash mail, your spam mail. Sometimes an email like this might go there instead of in your inbox. So after a couple of days, just take a look, make sure it's there. After you get your cloud observation email, please forward it to me uh, at this email address, tsuglobeme@gmail.com, so that I'll have a copy of it. And then after you do all that, we'll have some essay questions for you to complete. So please provide detailed answers to the questions below. Uh, how do your globe cloud observations, that's the observations you made with the naked eye, how do they compare to what the satellite saw? So that's question number one. Or question A. Question B is compare the various pertinent atmospheric characteristics such as temperature, cloud cover percentage, precipitation, and so on and so forth. How did those compare to at your local weather station? That's the weather station closest to your to to you versus those at your um, National Weather Service station, chances are those will be significantly far apart. Um, so look at the same day around the same time, and you might find that maybe it was clear where you were and cloudy at the official weather station, or maybe it might be raining where you are and recording no rain at the National Weather Station site. Did you see any significant differences? What do you think influenced those differences? You might see a difference in temperature. You might see a significant difference in temperature. Uh, C, did you notice anything else? Was anything else interesting going on? Did you see some thunder clouds off in the distance? Was the sky hazy? Was there? I don't know where you all are. You're all over the country. Was there a forest fire? Was there a wildfire going on? I mean, anything that you saw that was different? Did you see some airplane contrails? And finally, what did you learn? What did you find most interesting about this exercise? Did you encounter any difficulties or challenges? Please answer that question honestly. And then upload this entire document to the Dropbox before the posted deadline. This entire document, upload that to the Dropbox. And so, you'll basically go here, and then where it says submit assignment, add file, and then hit submit. So you'll upload this entire Word document, add file, submit assignment, and so it'll be in the Dropbox. So you should have in the Dropbox this Word document and the and your completed cloud chart. If you haven't problem completing that or trying to figure out how to do that, please let me know. Okay, so that's your first assignment. It's due January 30th, Saturday morning, and hopefully we will be using this experience as a backdrop to engage with the middle school and high school students. So you will do something very similar to what they've done. And so what I want you to do Saturday is to actually ask them questions, engage with them, be role models for them. They want to be where you are in a few years. Like I said, they're in middle school, high school. They want to be college students. They want to be where you are right now. Maybe they don't have a lot of friends in college. Maybe they don't have people who are really encouraging them to go to college and further study something like weather and climate. But that's what we're trying to do with these young people, is have them look at you as their future, as what they want to achieve maybe 4 or 5 years from now. And maybe it'll be at Tennessee State. Who knows? We'll see. Okay. So Garrett, do you have any questions at this time?
Are you typing one essay or 4 essays?
Excuse me?
Are you typing one essay or 4 essays?
Probably the best thing would be just to answer just right below each question in the space here. That will be organized. So you can just type answer A there, type your answer to B here in this space here, and so on and so forth. That would be the easiest thing to do instead of having just one long essay. And again, if you have any questions, any more questions about the essay, just ask. Yep. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, so get started on that right away. And so for those of you watching this recording, again, if you have any questions at any time, 615-258-3657, 615-258-3657. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. And please get started on this right away, because you have to wait a couple of days or at least one day before you get your satellite match. Thank you very much, and we will meet up again on Thursday morning.